Hello. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make an interactive digital board game using the site Flippity. So Flippity is a site that has a number of different fully customizable games that you can use in your classroom that are all powered by Google Sheets. So the developers of the site have created scripts and various customizable elements that you can in turn go in and change. So we're going to be focusing today on the board games. This allows you to create a virtual board game, kind of like, I don't know, Candyland or something along those lines. So if you look at this demo that they've produced, it's got a start, it's got a finish, it's got a series of blocks or spaces that your pawns, your characters will move along. So you could project this onto a whiteboard and have groups of students in teams, or you could have them do this individually. There's a dice that will randomly roll, complete with sound effects, so you can move your character to space 2. Here's another one, so this character goes to 1, this character to 4, and so on and so forth. So you can go around the board that way. Each of these, you can program these different spaces to have different actions as well here. So this one says move forward 6 spaces. These effects can be randomized as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next time you click, or actually this one I think stays the same. Maybe it was the other one that I clicked on earlier. This one says move forward 5 spaces, and they would end up at the same spot. Some of them tell you to draw cards as well. So let's see if I can find one that has you do that. These are all moving forward spaces. Anyways, well, some of these draw cards can, this gives you kind of hints on how you can use this. So you can provide answers to your questions. So have it click the check mark to check. So you can build in some quiz questions, some assignment questions here. You can use links as well. So as students are playing this game, you can have them go visit an additional website. You can also embed YouTube videos into these cards as well. You can use Google Drawings. It runs through a variety of other ways that you can embed things into this game. So let's take a second and let me go back, and we will look at how this game is made and how you can use that yourself. So if you click on instructions, this gives you the instructions to develop your own game. You will need a Google account for this, so you can use a personal one or your institutional account. And the first thing that you'll need to do is click this link to make a copy of the template. I will walk you through this, but you can pause if you'd like and read the instructions for further clarity. I should also state that since I have the screencast blocking out my tabs, that this is Flippity, FLIPPITY.net is the link that will take you to this site. So once you make a copy of this template, which I already have done here, you'll be able to see what's going on under the hood with this site. So for the board itself, this has columns that tell you the color or appearance of the board itself. You can change this up with images. So for start, they currently have it associated with a green flag that they have that's an image that's hosted on their website. You could put your own image into this as well if you wanted to, theming it based on the type of game that you're developing. So let's say I was creating a history of the United States theme. Let's say I wanted to start with a map of the United States with the 13 colonies. So we're going to start at 13 colonies. We're going to end at something else. I would traditionally use images that you would probably want to host all of these images somewhere within a Google Drive folder so that you could ensure that those images aren't going to change. I wouldn't link through just Google Images, but for the sake of this activity, we're going to do that. So we could change that up by including this image, and then let's say at our finish, we're going to change this to a map of the United States that is complete. So this game would take us from the founding of the United States with just 13 original colonies, from the colonial period, to a complete map of the United States. So these students would be learning about U.S. history in this game. Oops, wrong. I don't want to copy the image. I wanted to copy the image address instead. But we'll go ahead and copy that in there. So as you can see here on this this board, there are certain ones that in the original game that I showed you had images of a planet and of a coin. Those are the ones that just have, instead of a color name, they have an image that's linked there. So we could change those out as well if we wanted to. We won't for the purpose of this activity, but I just wanted to point that out. You can also, here with the instructions, those are the eyes that you could click on. You can see where they had move forward 6 spaces, move forward so many spaces. Here we could include a question here, or maybe a fact about the states. So, I'm trying to think of a specific one off the top of my head. So we could, okay, so I've got a fact here that I quickly pulled up. We could say that Texas entered the United States in 1845, and then draw a blue card. So when students land on this, they will be reminded of a fact about the United States, in this case, Texas, and then they will have to draw a blue card. I'm going to go ahead and clear out all of the extra things so that when we see a very rough image of our completed game, you will be able to see the exact changes that we've made. So I'll change these colors as well to blue, purple, orange. That way you can see that all of this stuff will be modified based on what we're doing to the game. We'll do green. Okay, so from here there are different tabs. The card deck is what allows you to change and modify those cards that I showed you initially that you can click on. So here we could click on, or we could have the students watch a short video. Pause that. Oops. So let me copy that over. So here we will link to this YouTube video. So I'll delete the other ones so you can see just the simple changes we're making. So here, this would bring up a YouTube video that if they landed, or if they drew this card, or whoever drew the first card, they would watch this video. You can create a secondary card deck, which we're not using for this, and then you can customize the materials as well. So you can change the token images to, let's say, different historical individuals in this game, or different famous scientists if you were making a game about scientists. You can change the deck color, the deck symbol. It's fully customizable here. Once you're finished, the game has to be published. So you will go to File, Share, and Publish to Web. This will publish your entire game and make it live to where anybody who has this link has access to at least the fully edited version of your game. So you'll see here an uneditable version, and then where it says get link here, this is how you'll actually play the game and pull it up. So once this is pulled up, you'll see this is a broken image. That's my fault. But you'll see we've got the changes made here. I kind of cleared out the board. You've got Texas entered the United States. Draw a new card. Here you've got the YouTube clip. There's that you could be copied, or I'm sure I could hyperlink that into where it's clickable immediately. But that's a very basic overview of how to use Flippity to design a board game. I hope you found this informative and helpful and useful for your classroom.